All of the idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the common council president and the common council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833. I have absolutely so much stuff on my brain that I am overloaded. It's just too much. It is too much stuff. 833-212-1017 is the number. That's one. Number two, that's strange. Number two, it's Pop Off Friday. You know what that means? I got stuff to complain about. And my chief complaint today is homeless people. What? Homeless people. I got a problem with homeless people. And not all of them. I'm talking about the ones that stand next to your car and the ones that stand in the median. And the ones that are at the expressway when you get off, mean mugging you and asking you for money. So let me show you what happened one day. I'm in my car. I'm downtown on James Lovell. That's 7th Street. And I'm at Wisconsin. Now, today, when you park, we can pretend like it's a wonderful city and everything's great, but you got to be very careful when you park, where you park. So this time I had to park south of Wisconsin Avenue, excuse me, on James Lovell while I was going somewhere up the street. So I get there. Light's red. I'm a nerd. I wait for it to turn green. Now, everybody else does what? I don't just walk across the street. There are no cars coming. The way that people drive nowadays, nah. I'm going to wait. So I wait there. I sit there. Light turns green. Guy's walking across the street towards me, and I'm about maybe a fourth of the way. So I've only taken like 2 or 3 steps off the curb, and the guy runs towards me, and then he starts walking with me. Hey, you got some change? And I said, no. He says, you sure? I said, does it look like I'm sure? I said, no. Like, you have a problem taking no for an answer? Oh, you don't like to help people. No, that's not it. I just don't have any money for you. I told you no. That's it. Go away. Now, I didn't say go away. I just kind of waved my hand. Oh, it's like that? I said, yes, it's like that. Because now you went from empathy and sympathy to now you're being mean, and now it's getting borderline dangerous. So helping homeless people is one thing. Aggressive panhandling is a whole other issue. The problem is we tend to lump everybody into one group, and it's not fair. The problem I have is that you create an atmosphere where nobody wants to give to homeless people. Nobody wants to bother because you're actually hollering at me, and now you're basically, all in my space. And as we walk across the street, he said, "You lucky I don't take it from you." And I stopped and I looked at him, and he said, "Yeah, I said it." And then he looks at my arm, and I have a watch on. "If you ain't careful, I'll take that." So you know what I did, right? Raised my arm up and said, "Okay, come take it." No, I said if I wanted to. You want to. I'm asking you to. Come take it. Right here, right now, in the street, in the middle of James Lovell and Wisconsin Avenue, come take my watch. What's the difference in that? If he'd have said, "Can I have your watch?" I would have thought about it. Okay. I've had people that, "Oh man, I don't have a tie. I don't have a belt, and I got to do such and such." I literally went, "Here, what's that?" "It's a belt. You said you need a belt, right?" See, for me, being homeless means you're in need of something. Something happened, possibly something tragic, many times things beyond your control, mental health, drug addiction, whatever it is, but you're in need. So I ask, "Well, what do you need?" And so that's what I asked him. "You want to take my watch? Okay. What do you need?" "I'm just trying to get some food." There's a food place right there. There's a food place up the street. There's 2 stores across the street. Come with me. I will buy you what you want, and you can go. And what do you think his reply was? "Oh, man, forget it." Okay, so then you were looking for money to do something else with. See, God made me the steward over what's mine. And if I throw it away, or if I indulge you to do whatever you want to do instead of feeding yourself, or clothing yourself, or helping pay rent, there's a problem. And so now it's warm outside. Everything's quiet for now. School lets out what? This week? Next week? And I had to bring up the word that I didn't want to. That I said, I'm going to avoid doing that. I'm always going to find a way to do the opposite. But unfortunately, this person made me bring up the 2-letter word that I absolutely hate to use. You know what that is? No.
That is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. coming with straight truth.
That's the problem. When you don't have to set white privilege aside, in those times when you have white privilege and you know you're using it, that's when you set it aside. You don't set it aside and talk about it on the radio because you want to be
Title of the
because everybody
hour is-
hears you do it. That's like
No.
saying, hey, I found some money and I turned it in. Yeah, but you only turned it in because people were watching you. What do you do when people aren't watching you? What do you do when you with your group of friends in Union Grove?
Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. This is your Financial Empowerment Minute on the new 101.